Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Come on in here, y'all. Come on in. Come on in. Good morning. Good morning. This is Dr. Shanae of SP Consulting Group, organizational development psychologist, licensed psychotherapist, founding senior executive wellness coach at SP Consulting Group, located in downtown Los Angeles, California. Do y'all know I got on here this morning at 6 o'clock? For my ladies in my Pursuit of Peace Facebook group, y'all definitely got the whole shebang this morning because I was only able to broadcast from my cell phone to the group, and my ladies get preferential treatment. So I jumped on there with them. Okay. And then after I got off with them, I reset my entire system, and all of a sudden it's working. What do you know? Well, good morning. Good morning. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. I'm going to give y'all a few seconds while I'm sitting up here um, resetting. I have a few minutes before it is time for me to get my little guy to summer camp. Summer camp. Hey, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Let me know where you're joining from. Good morning. Good morning. How y'all doing? All right. So, since I didn't get to broadcast to you guys first at the top of the 6 o'clock hour, I'm going to come on and give you guys a brief of what it is that we discussed when we were reviewing HBR's guide to beating burnout, recognizing the signs, making sustainable change, re-engaging at work. All right, all right, all right. So stick with me for a little bit. We're not going to be here long, but I also have some reminders of some things that's coming today. And I've been telling y'all, I've been giving y'all up. I've been gearing y'all up. Come on in here. I've been gearing y'all up, and let me put my little banner on here. Y'all know I got a banner. Put this on here down at the bottom, have it coming along the screen. All right. Good morning. Let me check. All right, Shakir from Atlanta. How you doing? What type of PhD are you? What is your primary focus of study? Or practice at this point? PhD. You earned it. You earned it. Shakir is coming out. Dr. Abdullah from Atlanta is on the line. So as you guys come in, just let me know where you're joining from. And like I said, I apologize. I actually put in a notification in LinkedIn. I'm having technical difficulties, but I was able to reboot the system and get us in. And because of that, your girl is on fire. I already had enough coffee versus me just now getting my coffee. So we're going to review this chapter 4. This is on how to avoid burnout while working from home. We've been doing this series talking about burnout, higher education, and student affairs. Okay, I love it. I love it. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so let's get into it. We're talking about beating burnout. Y'all, are you burned out? Are you on the edge and close to burnout? Think about it. But let's just talk about how much more burnout people have been experiencing because they've been working from home. And for those that oversee anyone who works from home, keep this in mind. Okay. So when this pandemic first hit, we know of how it shook everybody and everything, right? We know this, we've seen it, we get it. The issue is that people are still finding it difficult to set boundaries, whether it's as this chapter goes into, whether it's the physical boundaries or the temporal boundaries. And we're going to jump into this so that you guys can see. When it's all said and done, we have to set boundaries with ourselves. Okay. And I'm really hoping that my ladies that are on fire over in my Facebook page, that y'all are hearing this and hearing me well. Listen, you have to set boundaries. You can't get into this place where you have gone so far into this space of stress that you've adapted to it. And then you now believe that, oh, well, this is just my life. Oh, I'll wait till the weekend. Oh, I'll wait till the end of this project. No, this is how it builds up. I'm trying to warn y'all because I was burned out and it led to me having a whole bunch of stuff. Mind you, the burnout was both work related stressors, home stressors, the way that I view things stressors, as far as like I'm a perfectionist. I love working, working, working. I love seeing the fruits of my labor, especially because I work in a field that I love, which we talked about Was it earlier this week or last week? We talked about how you can still be burned out from sitting up here in a place where you love what you do because you're like, oh, I love this, but you can still get burned out. Good morning, Athena. Welcome, welcome. So we need to make and set these boundaries. And so, one of the risks that are involved, and I will tell you now from my clinical experience and what my clients have been telling me, is being in this place where you don't think you're stressed. You just think that you're so busy and you just have to make it to some other side of something. Or shoot, you even say, hey, and I had mentioned this yesterday, hey, I'm stressed, but it's just at work. And so you sort of dismiss the buildup because you say it's just at work. Home is good. Or you do the opposite. You know, work is fine. It's just at home that's a bit of a problem. I just got to get that together. It's still stress. It's still your body. Okay. Right. It's still your body. It is still you building up burnout. So this is what we want to point out to. One of the research pieces that came up that I want to highlight in this chapter. Again, this is our guide to beating burnout. Okay, this is what we're reviewing, and we're reviewing this in particular because I was an expert reviewer of the manuscript, which then affords me, like, okay, I can give a green light to this and the legitimacy of what is recommended. Okay, so the research has shown that workers, us, often unintentionally make it harder for our supervisors and or our colleagues and or the employees that we oversee. We make it hard for them to maintain boundaries because we're having a hard time maintaining boundaries. We are sending emails at times that you should be off work. We are, you know, working on projects and seeking feedback before hours when people can be taking breaks. We aren't allowing ourselves or other people to manage their time appropriately that may not be in line with your time. It may not be in line with your break. It may not be in line with the time of the day that you are most productive. And it presents this sense of urgency when you are always on. You're always on, like you don't ever turn off. And this chapter talks about how there's this place where you essentially are wanting to prove, whether it's to yourself or to other people, that you got this. I'm productive. I can work at home and still be productive. Yes, Athena said boundaries are necessary. Absolutely. Boundaries are necessary. Boundaries are necessary. And when it's all said and done, if you don't set those boundaries, you are setting yourself up. You're setting yourself up for risk of burnout. But let's talk about that. How do we do this? Dr. Shanae, I'm in the middle of this. I may be feeling a little tension, but I want to avoid burnout. Or shoot, I'm already burned out. I'm just trying to get out of it. So, okay, let's talk about it. How about maintaining? Let's start at those physical boundaries. For example, and they give some examples in this book, but I'm going to tell you this. Are you transitioning from home to work? You're working from home. Are you getting dressed? Are you getting dressed? Okay. Now let me tell you, full disclosure, I'm all for some yoga pants. I'm still doing that. But guess what? Some days, like today, I put on a full-blown dress. I put on makeup. I haven't did that yet because I've been dealing with technical glitches since this morning. But I put on makeup, make sure my wig is on straight. And I transitioned from home, Shanae, to work, Dr. Shanae. Okay. And so when it's all said and done, how are you purposely doing these things physically and socially? So here's the social ones. How about you put on, okay, so you put on your clothes, right? But casual Fridays are fine. We get that. But consider replacing your morning commute with a walk. Have you done that? Like instead of you getting up and going into an office, and mind you, some of you may have been in this work from home space since the pandemic, maybe even before the pandemic, but think about these physical boundaries that you set. Are you saying the time in which that I would or possibly could have been driving to work, how about you get out, walk around your building, your apartment building, go walk down the street, Get, like I said, some people, you go straight to the coffee, but get yourself some water. Before you get your coffee in, go for a walk. That's your commute. These are setting up some physical boundaries. These are just examples. But think about it. What are the many, many ways that you can separate work from home? Athena said, Lord, the walk is the challenge. Yes. The thing is, all of this is a challenge. You know why? Because it's not your norm. It's not your norm. That's why it's a challenge. It's not your norm. But guess what? We're not doing what we normally do, because otherwise we're going to end up in burnout or stay in it and end up with the mental health condition. That's the truth of it all. If you don't do anything different, nothing's going to change, right? So, Angel, good morning. You say, how do you create boundaries like this without making it feel like your life is getting compartmentalized and segmented? Well, the thing is, what you do initially is compartmentalize it and segment it on purpose so that then you can walk away from it with a habit. Don't get stuck in that feeling that, now I got to do this. Oh, now I got to do this. Now I got to do this. You have to make sure what you're doing is effective. And once you realize, that morning walk or, the boundary that I set actually helped me. It helped me relieve some stress. And that's a good thing. Okay, so I'm about to do this on a regular basis. And once it becomes a habit, it no longer feels like this boxed in situation where you're like, like no. Also, as it pertains to boundaries with people, that you're not segmenting it, it's more of protecting your time. So, for instance, we don't have a problem with closing and locking our doors at night, right? That doesn't mean that you are unfriendly. It just means that you got to protect something. So, also consider how you view it. Yeah, let me know if that helps. This is how you do it. You purposely do the things that seem like, I got to do this, I got to do this, but you make sure, and this is the thing, this is where you are to be, and purposely pay attention, monitor yourself. Is what I just did helpful? Did it actually relieve my stress? And by the end of the day, did that last the entire day? Like if you did a practice in the morning, right? You did a practice in the morning. By the end of the day, hmm, I'm not as stressed. I actually was able to sleep better. Then you know that works. If it was just a temporary fix and you're like, that really didn't last long, that didn't help me. And this is, mind you, of doing something consistently. And that's as much as possible every day, um, until it becomes natural and until you really do know if it works. Then you make a decision. Okay, I need to try something different. I need to try something different at this point, you know, and that's how you do it. You assess, is it helpful? And then once you realize it's helpful, then you go into that place of, this is now a new habit. This is now my new habit. And it's not even so much a new habit anymore for me to say it's a new habit. It's now built into my muscle memory and my subconscious. So I don't even think about it. It doesn't even seem like a boundary in the formal sense. It's just what I do. Just like at night. It's just what you do. You close the door and you lock it. It's just what you do. You set your alarm. It's just what you do. You take a shower. It's just what I do. You know, that's the shift from practicing and developing a new habit to actually living it out so that it can actually maintain and sustain your burnout mitigating efforts. Okay. You're very welcome, Angel. And good morning. Welcome. Tell me where you're joining from. Athena, did you ever tell me where you were joining from? You just got on here and jumped on in. Tell me where y'all joining from. Okay, so let me go to the next one. So these are examples of the physical and the social boundaries. Okay, you could even, I already said, walk around an apartment before sitting down at work, going for a walk. Consider replacing the time that you do, even with taking a train. You know, depending on what your situation is. If, for example, you This particular example that they gave, I'm thinking of if you're working from home and maybe you have sort of a hybrid sort of situation where you have to, okay, Dallas, Texas. My sister lives in the Dallas area. All right. Good morning, Georgette. Good morning. Good morning. Monique, good morning from New Orleans. Welcome, welcome. So we're just talking about maintaining these boundaries so we can prevent burnout if you're working from home or if you're supporting team members that are working from home, right? Okay. The next one is maintaining temporal boundaries as much as possible. So we just finished talking about the physical and the social boundaries. And the last thing that I was saying was basically getting to that place where you shake it up and you purposely do some things, right? Um, oh, Athena, you was joining from Michigan. You messaged me yesterday. I gotta check my messages. I gotta check my messages. Today's my day to check all my messages, just so y'all know. If there's any delay and you message me on Tuesday, Wednesday, I might be able to get it. But I've been getting a lot of messages coming in, but I do take the time on Thursdays to go through them. And I'm doing office hours, just so y'all know. Let me throw that in there before any of you guys jump off. I am doing office hours, which means, you know, jump on in my DMs and get a link so we can jump on and do a live. Okay. Let's see. Good morning, Deborah. Good morning. Where are you joining from? You gonna see that random replay in the group. You gonna see that random replay in the group, Deborah. Because my tech was all messed up. So I'm jumping on and trying to save myself on the other platform since I didn't get to join on there. So, okay. Okay. Temporal. Temporal boundaries are critical as well for your well being and engagement at work. When so many people are really in this place of facing challenges, the kids, the childcare, oh my goodness, it was so difficult and it is difficult. My son has allergies, so it's still difficult when it comes down to integrating, childcare issues, elder care responsibilities with the work schedule. It's challenging. And so you may want to stick to things, and these are sort of your temporal boundaries. What are your work hours? If you are an executive, if you're a manager, if you're just in a workspace and you are overseeing a team, whatever the situation is for you, if your work hours are literally 9 to 5, it can be 8:30 to 4:30, whatever it is, why are you working at 5 o'clock? Why are you still working on stuff at 9 just because it's quiet? No, you have to force yourself to stick to that schedule. Manage your day. I talk to people a lot in the different trainings that are going on, and this is going to be a part of this training that I'm accepting. Just so y'all know, that little thing going across the bottom, I'm accepting applications for people to be expert reviewers and benefit from for free testing and basically being an expert reviewer, subject matter expert reviewer and beta tester of my program. And y'all can just jump in, let me know within the next 72 hours, because I'm only going to get a few people in there. I want it to be an intimate setting so that we can make sure that we're doing stuff right, which right by y'all. Okay. But we talk about setting those schedules 9 to 5. That is your work time. All right, Deborah. Richmond, Virginia in the house. Richmond, Virginia in the house. Richmond. Deborah is, I love Deborah. We never even met, but I just love how she is actively keeping herself out of the struggle bus. Okay. She is out here. Okay. Let's see. Angela, PhD right here, data scientist. All right. All right. Listen, you're on my Facebook. It's going to be announced today. You can also jump in my DMs because I can put your information on the list. Don't trust my mind and remember to come back into these comments. And Angel, was I calling you Angela this whole time? So sad. Angel, my sister's name is Angel. And you live in Texas? That's where Angel lived. So interesting. Angel, get up in my DMs because I am looking for expert reviewers, testers, and it's going to be whoever can get in for these next 72 hours. Today, Friday, and Saturday, because after that, I shut down on Sundays, y'all. Okay, sticking to a 9 to 5 schedule. For some, it may be you need to take a break. Your break may not necessarily be, I'm spending this time purposely eating my lunch because that's what it's called, a lunch break. No, you may need to take yourself a little snooze, a little nap. I'm just going to leave that there. There's a way to take a nap. There's a way to take a nap. And we're not talking about for the half day. We're talking about setting stuff up on purpose. So we're not going to miss out on the rest of the workday because we got our alarm set. We done drank some coffee before we took our nap so that by the time that 30 minutes is up, that coffee done kicked in. There's a science to it, y'all. There's a science to it. Okay. So let's see. These temporal boundaries can also be not having such an extreme response when other people are slower to respond than you. Again, your productivity and how you pace your day is not how someone else paces their day. So if you're the person that's still emailing after 5 o'clock and the workday ended at 4:30, get off the computer, shut it down. And if for a minute you need to just literally shut it down, do what you got to do, and walk away. All right, Angel, I'm going to get you in there. And anybody else, like I said, 72 hours, I have the window open for expert reviewers because I can't have everybody in there. I need quality results. Plus, what I have for y'all is for my more intimate doers, the folks that really want to get out of burnout, the folks that's really trying to figure out how to get their team members out of burnout, because that's going to be what it's about. It's for our executives, our business leaders, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs. It's going to be announced, but for the sake of time, oh shoot, 7 o'clock. For the sake of time, okay. Creating clear temporal boundaries often depend on your ability to coordinate your time with others. You may need to set like check-in hours, virtual check-in hours. You may have to put up away messages on your email list that says, hey, unavailable during this time, or I'll get back with you within 20 to 30 minutes or before the end of the day or within 24 hours. As I was sharing with the ladies in my private Facebook group, The Pursuit of Peace, the spiritual awakening for women leading and living on purpose. That private group, I was letting them know I have a 48-hour turnaround time because sometimes, especially because I do still do psychotherapy, I have to manage my space and peace of mind. So if I am checking emails in between the times where I should be doing some deep breathing or a quick yoga stretch or something, cat cow or whatever, owl, like that's what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to allow that email to make me feel the stress and urgency that's not necessary. This last one, and then I got to get off of here and get my son out the door so I can be ready for them office hours. Just so y'all know, office hours, office hours, office hours. I'm doing that today. This is the first time I decided to do it. God put it on my heart that some people really have a hard time accepting and getting in alignment with the help, but it might be easier to do like a quick sort of rapid fire style office hour time, 15-minute slots. The last one is focus on what's most important. Many times we think that if we focus on the thing that is the quickest to do, we'll feel more accomplished. And according to research, that's not the case. Mm-mm. It's not the case. You may feel compelled and really believe in the back of your head that you're going to feel more productive because you completed this little task and this little task. No, you're going to feel more productive and you're going to have more peace of mind by focus on the thing that is most important. And I'd also throw in there the thing that's going to take the most time, because while you're optimized, like you're working at your optimal levels, you want to also be in a place where you are doing the thing that requires the most brain juice, not in the afternoon when you all zapped out. And this is regardless of if you are a morning person or a night owl. We're talking about working according to how our body needs us to respond. Let's have these chunks of time that we're doing particular tasks, like a productivity planner type. What are the times that you are doing? How long is it going to take you? All of that. Okay. So these are all things. Carve out non-time, take mental breaks. That is what I have been sharing with people. If you feel and believe that you really don't have any wiggle room with your schedule, with what it is that you have to get done, and maybe you're working to catch up, take mental breaks. That can be as short as 3 minutes, 5 minutes. So do this with me, and I want you to practice before I get off here. It's 3 minutes after the hour. The little guy's ready for his breakfast. I'm going to get you breakfast in just a second, okay? Okay. All right, and I'm about to come in there, all right? Okay. Um, do this with me. I did this with my group, and I'm feeling the need to do it now. Before you get on with your day, we're going to do some deep breathing really quick. It doesn't take much time, and I want you to practice this in the middle of your day and bring back some oxygen to your brain. We're going to do a 4-4-6. Breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out your mouth for 6 counts. I'm going to click my little finger to keep us on track. We're going to do this 3 times, so do it with me. Before you get on with the rest of your day, reset. And you can reset anytime. So take a deep breath in, hold, release. Let's do it again. Breathe in, hold, release. One more time for those in the back. Take a deep breath in, hold, release. Y'all make it a great day. I will see y'all later. If you need to jump into my DMs to get a link to my Zoom room because you want to do a rapid fire problem solving thing or a little motivational kick in the rear end so that you can get on with your day feeling refreshed. It is Thursday. We got another day in this week. Even if you work on the weekend, you have each day to reset. Okay. All right. Love y'all. See y'all later. Check in with me if you want to be a expert reviewer, if you want to be a beta tester. I am looking for women who are business owners that are executives, whether you're a solopreneur, entrepreneur, mid manager. Who else did I say? Mid manager, regardless of the industry, but that you lead people. Oh, that's what I said. Also, people leaders. You lead people. Get on in my DMs. I appreciate you too, Monique. All right. You guys take care. Have a good one. Bye.